Hey everyone. So it's kind of a beautiful day out here, and I've been thinking. I was listening to a song, and there was one verse in the song just simply said, "When you change yourself, you change the world." There's a lot of truth behind that. You see, I see a lot of people in this world who complain about the state of things, state of the world, of politics, of money, whatever, but they're not doing anything to change it. All they're doing is adding to it. So many people, ignorant, whether willfully or unintentionally, perpetuating negative cycles of cultural standards, traditions, family beliefs. And they do it because they're afraid to change the status quo, afraid to upset their family, afraid to upset those that influence them. And thus they themselves put out into the world that which they complain about. If you judge somebody by the lack of money they have, or if you judge somebody by the clothes they wear, by their gender, by the color of their skin, by what their political beliefs are. I'm not much into politics myself. I think it's a silly thing to argue about. Religious beliefs, etc. You're contributing to the problem. You're not helping the problem. Thought creates reality, people. So be mindful of what you think about. Or mindful, especially when you look at another person. You haven't walked in that person's shoes. You have no idea what that person's going through, what put them where they are. Even if that person is treating you horribly, you still haven't walked in their shoes and understand why they're treating you horribly. I'm not saying it's right that that person treats you horribly, but I'm saying it's wrong for you to judge. Because you're no angel either. Well, maybe you are, but you're not perfect. None of us are perfect. We've all had our moments. I have unintentionally treated others unkindly because I was perpetuating that negative energy, that negative thought process that I let someone influence me with. Someone treated me bad, so I went and treated someone else bad. With this in mind, I have endeavored as I've got older to do simple things like try to make someone smile where any chance I get. If I see someone that I think should be complimented, like I like the way they dress, I don't care if it's a guy or girl, I'm going to tell them I like the way they dress, and I don't care what the circumstances are. I realized that I had to step outside. Excuse me, interruption here. Spam callers. I had to step outside of the influence of those around me. That's difficult, really difficult, especially with family. I understand that. But if you want things to be better, you have to stand up for what is right. And what is right involves love, it involves equality. I would urge you all to question that which is in your life, your beliefs, your behaviors, everything about your life, and ask yourself, is there love in this? Am I being unfair to someone with this? Am I judging? You might be surprised just how much of your life fails to meet the standards of being loving and fair and just. Maybe you're someone that wasn't brought up with a lot of that in your life, and it's really kind of hard for you to understand that way of thinking. Well, there's still hope for you too. There's always hope, as long as you're willing to question. Maybe you can't find a person in your day-to-day life who embodies these things. Let's face it, there are places you can live in this world where it's really hard to find someone like that. But that doesn't mean that that example can't be found. That example, if it's not, you can't find it in real life, find it spiritually, find it. I'm not big on religion, but I'm not against it. You can find God that way, but It is my experience, from my own personal experience, that spirituality is the more direct route to go, having been brought up with religion. Regardless, I'm not judging. I'm saying find what works for you. Find that path to love. And incorporate love into everything you do. Compliment someone. Make them smile. Because that creates a ripple effect, just like negativity does. When you make someone smile, odds are that person's going to come along to the next person they encounter, and they're going to be more likely to be inclined to be positive to that person, and that person to the next person, and so on. You have no idea how much of an impact you can have on this world. Just with a smile. If you see an old lady walking across the street and it looks like she could use some help, and you're in your car at a stoplight, then get out of your car and go help them. Who cares what everybody else thinks? Stop caring what other people think. Care about what's right, what you want to see good in this world. And if you have question about what is good, seek out God, seek out Allah, seek out Brahma, seek out whoever your higher power is. They're all the same being. They're all the same source of love. And you have access, my friend, my brother, my sister, you have access to their power of creativity in this world. With every thought you have, you create. Your thought is energy. You're sending out into a world of energy, and it influences that other energy. That's why a smile can be so effective. You may not see the direct results, but trust me, it's happening. And the more of us that stand up and do that, the more quickly we'll change this world. And mark my words, we're going to change this world. Not everybody's going to see it. But those who step out of their comfort zones, those who step up, stand up for what's right, will see it. It's not an easy road to walk. You're going to have a lot of people sending bad intentions your way. But that's just par for the course. You look at, and I don't know if it's the same for every single saint or martyr, but you look at any great figure who sacrificed, like Jesus, you look at what he was about, look at what he embodied, and look at the hate that he got for it, but look at the impact that it had. I'm not saying step up and and get crucified, but hey, if that's your lot in life, go for it. I mean, if it's for the greater good and you want to do that, and you and God make that agreement, okay, but I'm saying on a smaller scale, just start with making people smile. Do something good for somebody today. You can make a difference. When you change yourself, you change the world. I think that's from a Gojira song. I don't know how many of you out there are into heavy metal, but I like a little bit of it myself. Anyway, I love you all. And I urge you from this point on to put more thought into your actions every day, into your interactions with people, and to want to make a difference for the better. And to not make your decisions based on money or power or status, because these things are fleeting. These are things of the world. These things don't last. You can't carry them over into the afterlife anyway. So what's the point? Why live your life for something you can't bring with you? What you can bring with you is the love, the memories, the moments you share with loved ones. These things you can carry with you. These things are what's worth investing in. It's worth investing in making a better world for our kids tomorrow. If you have to, look back at some of the old movies from like the golden era. The world wasn't perfect back then, but movies, some of those movies really did a good job of romanticizing what an ideal world would be like. Like It's a Wonderful Life. I think that's a great movie. Looking at Christmas without the commercialization of it. When I was a kid, Christmas used to be a magical time. But then, as I got older, it all became about money. My parents were poor, and they couldn't afford to get us the gifts that they wanted to give us. And we as kids were influenced by our peers. And we had some peers whose parents had money, and they loved to come to school and show off all the fancy new stuff that they had. And that made us feel like we were in lack, which made our parents feel like they were in lack. And it made holidays very miserable for us. But it doesn't have to be that way. You take the commercialization out of it, get back to the magic of it. It's a beautiful time of year. Wow. That's my rantings for one day. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed day. Make someone smile.